Hi, thanks so much for being here. Welcome or welcome back. So this video, I'm going to be talking about how I am turning my regular, just plain planner into my hybrid bullet journal. So if you're interested, I hope you stick around. So you know that I have chose my Wonderland 222 as my main planner for 2024. I don't have it originally how it looks anymore, so I can show you, but I have other examples here that I'm going to show you. So for example, here I have my common planner um, companion planner that I have been using lately, and I haven't really done anything to it but customizing it around a little bit. Now, my Wonderland 222, I did cut it out, and you already know the story, right? So, both planners are predated for you. They are presets, sort of, in a way. So you have the entire year, you have your sections for your monthlies, your weeklies, and either options that you choose. You may have blank pages for your dailies. So as a bullet journal, I guess the non-traditional, the non-classic, the non-original bullet journal, you know that we usually just go in, grab a blank notebook, and you create collections, and then you start either creating month by month the collections that you are using, or if you're like me, I used to do my um, monthlies and weeklies together, like monthly, weekly, and dailies together, and then I will do my collections in the or I guess if I was feeling a little bit more adventurous, I would do my monthly, weeklies, and daily collections together. And then after I was done with that month, I will start with the next month. So it depends on how I wanted to use my planner. Usually, before when I was into just using a bullet journal by itself, I would try to fit the entire year in just one notebook. So that was a little bit more challenging when I wanted to use the daily pages and create my own collections and stuff like that. So, but I kind of miss that approach. I guess the approach of the creativity and switching things around as I go, as the seasons changed. For example, on the winter or Christmas season, I would like to decorate it more Christmassy. And then at the summertime, I would like to just add more pictures of the beach and stuff like that. So I like the customization of that. And I also enjoyed very much having customized collections within the month. So if a month I was into crafting or something, I would create a collection of either crafting projects, pictures, research notes, and all of that stuff. And if another month I was into more self-care, I would do a collection of self-care approaches and things that I could do to care more for my body image and whatever it is that I was into. So I like that approach of the creativity and flexibility, I guess, throughout the weeklies and the monthlies. And that's what I have been trying to incorporate slowly into my planners. So I'm going to show you both versions. In here, again, I'm going to show you this one because it's going to be much shorter. I have been just customizing the planner for the looks of it. So I have been just adding tip ins and pictures and just stickers and stuff like that, but I haven't really altered the actual original setup of the planner. So no cutting, no removing or adding anything to it besides just the core. So I guess this could be a hybrid sort of, but it's not necessarily a bullet journal approach since I am not adding collections in between or customizing it month by month or week by week or none of that. Now, the bullet, I guess my view, I guess, that can reflect a little bit of a bullet journal style would be the way I'm using my weeklies because I do have been anyways, I've been to 2 weeks in here. So for the past week, I have been trying to approach the weeklies separate or differently. I'm sorry. I have been trying to approach them differently depending on what it is that I'm focusing on that week. So I guess that could be a sort of like a bullet journal approach where you just switch your weeklies as you feel or as you need. So in, for example, in first week here of the year, I approached it this way, which was a little bit more functional than not. I do have pictures and I have a few doodles here and there, but it was much more functional. So that's why you see much more empty space between the days. So I was focusing on the main things that I wanted to complete each day on the left here. And then here on the right, I had just the to-dos for that specific day, depending on what it is that I was working on. So for example, in here, I had, let me just show you this one because it's shorter. So I had filming, and I wrote the topics that I was filming, and then another film. So I was focusing on filming only on this specific day, and then here other things that I wanted to do, like personal stuff. So in here it was more either work or adulting responsibilities and stuff like that, and then on the right is more personal home care and family stuff. So tidy, go for a walk, and fix my hair. So that's more personal and home care, and then work. So for example, this is a more productive approach, but still a bullet journal sort of setup where I just customize it. Even though it is dated, it's still customized to what I need. So it is not necessarily a completely preset for you setup. And here I am more into just the focus for the day, and then about the day, meaning like a journal, mini journal entry or summary of the highlight, I guess, of the day. So one thing that I can think of, like nothing that has to be like very specific or very important or anything like that, just something, whatever it is that come to mind, that's what I was entering here during the day. And but I still sort of productive in a way, because I'm still following the focus for that specific day, and then I'm just adding a little bit more relaxed journal entries. I have the meals here, and I have my trackers in a note section that I really haven't used a lot during the week because I was more focusing on the to-dos, I guess, for that specific day, and then the journal and stuff like that. But still, I believe this still could be a bullet journal approach, because again, next week I can set it up in a completely different way. I can um, I don't know. There's so many possibilities, even though it is dated. The same approach applies to the monthlies. So you do have your dated monthlies and your preset monthlies, but you still have enough space around to customize this to your liking. I don't have anything else other than this month in here, which I wanted to purposely be a little bit more productive and focus on the things that I needed to or wanted to complete. So it's not like decorated or anything other than just some doodles and some highlights here and there to just highlight specific to-dos or items. But I could definitely come over here and customize this so much more. There is a lot of space down here that I could add more stickers and more decor, or more trackers, or more sections to my monthlies, goal focus, whatever it is. But I can still customize this to be sort of like a hybrid setup. And I wish I had my old bullet journals. I did get rid of all of that when we moved into RV living, but basically that's what I used to do. I just had my monthly overview, and then I will have either to-dos for the entire month, quotes that I collected through the month. I will have sometimes um I'll have a doodle for the month or something like that. So it is very customizable. The bullet journal approach, I guess the ones that I have, the ones like me, I guess, that like to add that creative aspect to it, because the original bullet journal method, it's nothing like that. And I'm sure that you already know about the story of the bullet journal, how it started, the purpose of it, and all that stuff. But I'm more into the creative aspect of it. But basically, I guess this could be a bullet journal sort of approach. It's just not that much customized in terms of really setting up the notebook, like cutting pages and um, uh, kind of customizing the actual book to what it is that you're working month by month. So now in just to now that I said cutting pages, I could still do that in here. I will definitely cut a page if I feel like it, creating like a dash door or something like that to create a theme for the month and stuff like that. I could definitely do that, but since it is dated, it's a little bit more complicated, especially here in the weeks. If you want to cut in here, it's just you're just gonna be cutting your dates and stuff like that. So that's something to keep in mind, but it's definitely doable if you are willing to just redate it and rearrange the page however you want to do it for that week. So definitely an option there. You can still use your the blank pages in the back to do a custom setup for each month, like with dash doors and focus for the month. I could definitely see that. I did remember a few years ago, I did an entire month in with Dutch doors. So it was the 2 pages, and in between, I will grab the stash for my week and I will cut those in Dutch doors. So the little Dutch doors that I cut out were my weeks. So I will have a week here, and something like that. And then around it, you will see the monthly goals or the focus or the to-dos, highlights of the month and stuff like that. You will see it around. So definitely something that you can still do in your dailies if that's something that you're into. But just to kind of give you an idea on how to do sort of like a bullet journal approach, but in a planner that is preset for you. And that is without really customizing it too much, like cutting it and repurposing the pages and all that stuff. Now, when you're ready to do that and customize the planner to whatever you want it to be, that's when this kind of approach come in. This is my A5 Wonderland 222 that I chose to be my master planner for 2024. And I quickly found out that the planner itself, since it is a bound book and it has a page per day, and then it has trackers, and then it have extra quarter pages and index and monthlies and weeklies and all that stuff. It's a thick book, and I quickly found that it was just too big for me to carry around without me feeling like I was carrying a Bible or something like that. So I decided to cut it down and just minimized the actual planning pages to just be 3 months at a time, 3 or 4 months at a time, depending on how it is that I'm planning on that at that time. But right now, I do have a few customizations in here, and I love this approach because, again, it's not necessarily a bound book like usually traditionally we use for bullet journalings, but it is a cutout A5 that I turned into ring inserts, and now I'm turning into a bullet journal hybrid sort of. Here I have a little bit of everything. I have my own sections, and I wish I could show you like in detail, but that's gonna be take forever. But basically, what I did is I am keeping what came in with the planner. So I have my trackers, I have my quarter overviews, and I have the monthlies and the other personal trackers, and I have the weeklies and I have the dailies, right? But I have the ability now with Rings system to add collections to it. So I'm adding mood boards for each month. I am adding what else do I have? I have my dailies and weeklies in here, but then in between I have other cutouts from my moon journal that I decided to just cut it out and turn it into rings inserts as well. So now I have this section that is just my moon cycle planning, and I love having it available in my when I open my master planner every morning. That way I don't have to pull a separate book. So I have this, and then I have a body care section for workouts and self care and all that stuff. I have trackers. I have pages that I can bring in from other planners, like this one that came from my cousin. I have other sections for finances. I have, well, I mean, I guess you name it. I have homeschool in here, where I just created a separate section just for homeschool notes and for my own education notes. So I guess it gives you the ability to customize it to your liking and to what it is that you need in a way that it kind of feels like a bullet journal to me. And that's something that I did constantly on my original bullet journals, where I will go to my monthlies and I will add either tip-ins, or I will add the Dutch stores like I mentioned before, and I will just customize it to whatever it is that I needed. And I love that this approach allows me to incorporate both, because again, I did wanted to make sure that I had a dated planner, I guess, for my 2024 planning, because I do like to forward plan. I like to see exactly where we are and the dates and stuff like that, and be able to plan ahead, I guess. What I do though, it's plan in pencil. That way, if anything changes, I can update that easier, I guess. But I do like that it is predated for me. I also like that it has the moon phases for me. I am a moon planner kind of person, so I enjoyed that it has that. I love that it has the preset trackers for you, which it is something that I am a fan of just having trackers, a visual way for you to track progress in certain areas. And I love the ability to switch them every month. So if you're a month you are focusing on one thing, but the next month you want to focus on something different, you can still do that and still uh, will still look cohesive, I guess, throughout the month. So again, anyways, I just wanted to talk about that because I do enjoy having a bullet journal. I love the creative aspect of a blank page and the ability to just spit out whatever it is that you're thinking. And to me, I guess I am a very visual and more sort of serious but relaxed approach to my visual planning and mind mapping. I loved um, creating, I guess, a visual roadmap in Doodles because it just feels a little bit more approachable and more fun, I guess, to look at. So I love having this notebook as well for just extra doodles and stuff like that. But this is something that I can definitely do as well in here on my white pages, on my blank pages. So again, it gives me the ability to just create a complete separate section just for those kind of approaches and doodles because I have this kind of system. If I hadn't cut it like this, then I could still do it, I guess, but I will have to tip in or create collections as I go, and then I will be able to move them around, which is fine. I did that before when I was in bullet journaling, so still definitely a possibility even in here. So I didn't just grab a few of these blank pages and just create those spreads that I was talking about, which I actually did in here at some point. I just kind of show you what I mean by just collections in between your dailies. I did have a day in here where I just wanted to talk about my planner and how I wanted to make them work for me instead of feeling like I had to make them work extra to make them work in some way. So I just randomly, after this week, decided that these 2 pages were going to be for me to just relax and not relax, but reflect on how I wanted to make my planner work for me. And after all of this thought and session, that's when I decided to cut it out and turn it into rings. So, but anyways, after that, I went back to my weeklies. So this is an example, I guess, what you will do in a bullet journal. You will just go with the week, you go with the flow, I guess. So that I'm just, I guess, sharing this because I know that a lot of us like to uh, I guess the idea of a bullet journal, but also want to have a dated planner and a preset planner for functionality um, and it's total and I just want you to see that it is totally possible for you to incorporate both in your planning system. And if you don't feel like obviously cutting your planner, you can still incorporate a notebook like this just for your collections and stuff like that, and then maybe think if you want to incorporate it in your planner, and you can just tip it in or just add it in your dailies if you have dailies or blank pages like I do in the Wonderland Tutu. These are numbered, so I am no longer using the numbers as a guide since I have used them randomly here and there. I have just go back to the stash and just grab a few pages and move them to the collections I need them. So I'm kind of not necessarily following the numbered pages, but that's something that you might want to keep in mind if you have a planner like this with numbered pages. If you want to keep them um, in order, I guess, you might want to consider whether or not you want to move those collections around. But anyways, I just wanted to share with you my approach to my hybrid sort of master planner now that I am turning into slowly a bullet journal collection or a master collection of everything that I can think of. So I hope that this gives you some ideas and inspiration to customize your planner to whatever it is that you need it to be. It could be a bullet journal, it could be just a master planner of your life, master planner of projects, a master planner of ideas, whatever it is that you need. Just don't be afraid to customize it and cut it out and just make it your own, make it personalized just for you. We are all planner lovers, but we all do plan differently. So just keep that in mind. Just don't be afraid to make it your own. I hope that again this gives you some ideas and inspiration to go for it. And yeah, anyways, if you have questions or suggestions, or if you want me to talk a little bit more about the topic or something similar, do let me know in the comments. And until then, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.